year. In December 2023, New York State DEC issued a new speedies permit for stormwater discharges from MS4s. MS4s, municipalities with separate storm sewer systems. The new permit contains all the terms and conditions, minimum control measures, and related requirements. It also outlines the responsibilities of the MS4 operator, specific tasks, best management practice design requirements, performance requirements, best management practice design requirements, and performance requirements. Schedules for their implementation and maintenance and frequency of action. With that being said, the village was not required to file an annual report for 2023. They allowed us time to prepare ourselves for this new permit. The new permit has target dates which we must hit in order to stay in compliance. We are working now to hit the next major deadline, which will be July 3rd of this year. The village continues to be a member of the Stormwater Coalition of Albany County. Long-serving coalition director Nancy Heinzen has retired. Gabrielle Krupa has been hired to take her position. This past fall, we completed the mapping of all of our stormwater infrastructure along Hudson Avenue and Starbuck Island. This brings us up to date with all of our mapping needs. The village earns credits by hosting community cleanups, such as our spring cleanup and our street sweeping. And we continue to be in compliance with our laws for detection and elimination of illicit discharges in stormwater management. We closed the SWIP, which stands for Stormwater Pollution Protection Plan, at 100 Cohoes Avenue. We currently have one open SWIP, that's at 147 Cannon Street. The village receives weekly third-party inspections. We also conduct our own weekly inspections. The village has record of every inspection, and to date the property is in compliance with all stormwater practices. Overall, there have been no citations or violations this year, village-wide. DPW continues to work on inspecting and cleaning catch basins. The village relies on the assistance of the City of Cohoes and the Albany County Water Purification District to do so. Due to staffing and time constraints, it has presented some challenges, but we continue to tackle our goal of 20% a year. Any issues that are reported are taken care of immediately. The village did just replace one catch basin during our recent street paving project. The village planning and zoning boards continue to attend training seminars and courses. The annual CDRPC training at Hudson Valley was well attended by board members and staff. Training opportunities are disseminated when they become available. Many of the associations that we are members of have free ongoing trainings on their website, which makes it easy for members to take at their convenience. If anyone is having trouble obtaining the mandatory training hours, please see Michelle or I. If you have taken any classes, please make sure Michelle gets a certificate or a copy of your certificate for our files. Zoning and planning board members need 4 hours annually, and village board members are required to have some training. Village employees are trained to continue to maintain the village-owned facilities. We've been keeping an eye on high traffic areas and will continue to post markers, reminding the public not to dump anything in the catch basins as part of our community outreach. We also share best practices in the village newsletter, and will continue to share information available on the village and coalition's websites. Erosion and sediment control is one of the classes that we send to the contractors also that do business here in Green Island. The village will continue to review all commercial development projects. The stormwater management plan has been incorporated into the site plan review. The plans are reviewed by CHA, the village engineer, and members of the building department. All comments, including public comments, are presented to the planning board for approval. The village routinely evaluates best practices and will educate developers, contractors, employees, and the public, and we remain supportive of all training. The village and coalition's latest reports can be found on the respective websites.
Very good.
The end.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Does anyone have any questions? No? Please say no. We'll call our regular meeting to order. Michelle, can we have the roll call?
Mayor McNulty Ryan.
Present.
Executive Assistant Maggie Alex.
Present.
Trustee Files.
Present.
Trustee Jones.
Present.
Trustee McGivern.
Present.
Trustee Lyota.
Present.
Trustee Carwheel.
Present.
Attorney Legner.
Present.
All present and accounted for.
No public forum.
No public forum. Next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for our budget hearing and our regular meeting, which was held on April 15th. Everyone has a copy. Does anyone have any corrections? If not, could I have a motion to approve the minutes from both meetings?
I'll make a motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next on the agenda is appointments. We have two that we want to do. People are already in place.
Yes.
But one is Bill Rice, who is now our executive assistant to the mayor #2, which became effective April 1st. Do we have to do them separately, the two appointments, Joe, or can we do them together? Okay. We would have done this sooner, only civil service made us jump through all kinds of hoops in order to find the correct name of the position. So we would like to appoint Billy as the executive assistant to the mayor. It's a little too effective April 1st. Does anyone have any questions? If not, could I have a motion?
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. And he's worth his weight in gold. Right, Meg?
Yes.
The other appointment is Alex Deo. She was appointed provisionally as a sergeant in our police department. And civil service, once again, finally got it all straightened out. So we would like to make her appointment a permanent appointment. So could I have a motion to appoint Alex permanently sergeant in our police department?
I'll make the motion. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next on the agenda is the approval of claims. Everyone has a copy. Does anyone have any questions? Anthony's here. If there are no questions, could I have a motion to pay the bills?
Make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Everybody's sleeping tonight or something.
It's the heat.
Yeah. It is hot in here.
It is.
Next on the agenda is the police activity report. Everyone has a copy. Could I have a motion to accept?
Make a motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is the fire department monthly report. Everyone has a copy. Can I have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is the submittal of the monthly report of the treasurer. We're staying pretty well on budget, aren't we? All right. Does anyone have any questions for Anthony? If not, could I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the monthly report of the parking violations. Everyone has a copy. Could I have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How many parking tickets did we give out there?
I don't have a total number for you, but I can
Tree
get it to
cleaning.
you. There was a numerous amount.
That's terrible. Okay, sorry, thank you.
50.
50, moron.
Thank you, Sheila. 50.
And a lot of comments on Facebook.
That's just rude.
I was on the beach. I don't care.
Same.
thinking about it?
Thank you.
Did we already
Parking
approve- we
lot
already
was so
approved that
full.
one?
Yes, we
I'm
did.
surprised there was that many tickets.
Next on the agenda is the consideration of adjustments to the monthly water sewer billing. They're just routine adjustments. Everyone has a copy. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of appointing the following two individuals as our tax collectors. Ralph Foster, he's the branch manager at Catskill Hudson Bank, and Sheila Vieira, who is an employee of the village. Could I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of bids received for the water treatment plant chemicals for 2024. Everyone has a copy, and we're obligated, unless there's a problem with the vendor, to accept the low bidder, and John has signed off on all of them. So could I have a motion to accept the low bidders?
I'll make the
Make the
motion.
motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of ratifying authorization for the mayor to enter into an agreement with the New York State Office of Children and Family Services for a $25,000 legislative grant.
Yes, so this grant we received would allow us to do special events for both the Recreation Department and the Green Island seniors.
Anytime somebody wants to give us
We'll take
25
it.
grand. Does anyone have any questions? If not, could I have a motion to ratify the agreement with Office of Children and Family Services?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. I like these grants. Next is consideration of authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the New York State Dormitory Authority for a state and municipalities grant in the amount of $125,000.
Yes, so this grant money would allow us to do the improvements we've been talking about under the Collar City Bridge.
Oh,
So we are looking forward to getting that started.
Is any of that a match? We have to match any of that?
We
or-
do not.
We do not.
No.
No, the only problem with DASNY is actually getting the money
Yeah.
after you're done, because you have to
Yes.
spend the money and then
It's
you
the
have to wait for
paperwork.
them
Exactly.
to give it to you. But they do come through. Does anyone have any questions?
Is that enough money?
So yeah, we actually have, this $125,000, we also just applied for Albany County Recreation Department, had small grants up to $19,000. So between that, those two grants together, should we be awarded the Albany County grant, we do feel as though it's plenty of money. This would be opposite of where the Sienna basketball courts
I
were
was
at.
gonna say, plus the Sienna contest that was
Yeah.
there, that's.
I was on there every day.
Okay, so could I have a motion to enter into the agreement with DASNY?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. You're finally up, Mike. Next is consideration of adopting a resolution pertaining to the issuing of a negative declaration on the proposed Factory Town residential development at 75 Tibbetts Avenue in Green Island. I think everybody here was at the meeting that we just had, and the planning board made the suggestion that we made the recommendation that we do it. So could I have a motion to declare a neg deck on that?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of setting a public hearing to consider local law number 2 for 2024, establishing a planned development district for Factory Town residential development. The proposed date would be our next meeting, June 17th. Do you want to comment on it?
No, not necessarily. Right now, that area is zoned industrial, so in order to make a residential development there, we have to do a planned development district, and this would be the first step in that process.
And there is a possibility if we don't have all the plans in place by then, we would have to postpone it till the next meeting.
Correct.
Or approve it with upon.
Contingencies.
Yeah. So can I have a motion to propose the date of June 17th?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of authorizing a budget amendment for the fiscal year 2024, 2025. Anthony, if you want to comment on that?
Yeah, it was a clerical error I found in the calculations of expenses was increased of 11,000, so I had to increase sales tax for 11,000 for the year. It doesn't affect taxes, just the account portion of it.
Yeah, and you checked everything with Nikon and the controller's office and everything else to make sure that it was being done properly, so. Could I have a motion to make the budget amendment?
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of declaring miscellaneous fire department equipment as surplus. Maggie, you want to comment?
Sure, so the fire department has graciously been storing a lot of stuff for many years, and they've been on a mission to get the area behind Bay 3 cleaned out. So would ask that we just deem random equipment as surplus. Chief Cini does have a relationship with the New York State Museum. He would like to donate anything that they may have found valuable to the museum. All other things will either just be discarded or we'll put on gov deals to see if anyone is interested in
I
purchasing.
have to ask the two firemen, Jordan, you might know, is the big old helmet that I brought back from Ireland still there?
Yes, the white one is still there.
We used to go and bring patches like from here, and then they'd give us something.
right.
And this guy came out with this huge helmet, and I thought, how the hell am I gonna get that home from Ireland? But I said, it will be there, so. Don't throw that one out if they don't want it.
All right.
So can I have a motion to declare the surplus equipment?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the monthly recap as submitted by the GIPA DPW crew. I just said it at our other meeting, they've been pretty busy. It was like an annual report, it seemed. They've been doing so many things. So can I have a motion to accept their report?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next on the agenda is other business, and I'm gonna ask to go for a motion to go into executive session. And this is the last thing on our board meeting, so when we go into executive session, if anybody wants to leave, you're welcome to leave, because there isn't gonna be any action on anything that we're doing in an executive session, so. But you're welcome to stay too, so. Could I have a motion to go into executive
I'll
session?
make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Here we go.
You guys want to stay here?
No, we'll go. No, you guys all stay here. We'll go and Dave.
Okay.
Craig.